Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is presented by Bell Tire.
It is an absolutely spectacular day for baseball here in Pittsburgh, and once again the Tigers are involved in some opening day festivities. The home opener for the Pirates as we welcome you to PNC Park in Pittsburgh. Today, interleague play features the Detroit Tigers and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to Tigers Baseball. Mario and Pemba, glad to have you with us here this afternoon as the Tigers take on the Buccos. Also glad to be joined by one of the newest members of our broadcast team, Jack Morris. Jack, welcome to the broadcast. Glad to have you.
Great to be here. First trip here to Pittsburgh. First time I've been able to witness PNC Park, and what a beautiful place it is. Great day for baseball, especially knowing it's going to be a full house.
All right, now the Detroit Tigers have been off to a terrific start, 6-0. The offense has been outstanding, but what have you seen out of this Tigers team so far?
Well, everything's clicking for them. They're playing great offensively. Everybody's contributing. Defensively, very good and solid. And the bullpen hasn't been used much because the starters have been so solid. So, overall, you cannot complain one bit about what the Tigers have been doing.
Well, the Tigers' offense has been absolutely pounding opposing pitchers, leading them in their wake. And here are some of the numbers this historic start for the Tigers. They have scored 47 runs already, the most through 6 games since 1929. Look at the run differential, a plus 31. That is a team record through 6 games. So really, 1 through 9, this Tigers lineup has been absolutely outstanding. They hope to continue that here this afternoon against the Pirates. They are also hopeful that Anibal Sanchez will throw a good game today. He's been one of the best in the big leagues.
Well, he doesn't have an ERA. A lot like last year, he kept it very low and won the ERA crown. But this is a guy that knows how to pitch. It's about missing bats. It's not always that power pitcher that blows guys away. He has an uncanny knack of missing off the plate and getting the hitters to chase out of the zone.
All right, don't forget National League Park. No DH day, which means Victor Martinez will be coming off the bench. Game 1 of the series featuring the Tigers and the Pirates, but right now we send you back to the Call Sam Studios and Trevor Thompson. All righty. To Pittsburgh, PNC Park is the site. It is absolutely stunning today here in Pittsburgh. Here are the field conditions presented by Ace Hardware and the Scott's Company. 76 degrees our game time temp. That's pretty good for an opening day. Not a whole lot of humidity. We're expecting partly cloudy this afternoon, but you can't draw it up any better than this. And the Tigers and Pirates getting set to do battle here in Pittsburgh. Well, this is a series that will feature, Jack, a couple of guys that have won MVP awards. Their games might be a little bit different, but when you talk about two of the top players in each of their leagues, you're talking about McCutchen and Cabrera.
Common denominator for both guys is their ability to put the bat on the ball offensively. Miguel obviously stands head and shoulders above everybody, but McCutchen has been solid for quite a while here in Pittsburgh. And different look, Andrew McCutchen. He's got rid of the dreadlocks, so we'll see if that helps him in any way.
Well, it might make him just a little bit faster. We'll have to wait and see. Meanwhile, Miguel Cabrera, how about the day he had yesterday? A 4-hit game. Cabrera pounded a couple of home runs, and just when you think you've seen it all out of Miguel Cabrera, he does something like he's done the last couple of days.
He's special, and his back-to-back 4-hit day. You can see that one there, down and away, and he's able to hook the ball into the left field. Driving the ball up the middle. You know, you just don't lead the league in almost every category unless you do things like this right here. And Miguel's just really comfortable. A lot of concern in spring training whether or not he was going to be healthy. And I think early in this first week he's kind of erased some of that concern. I'm
not sure I've ever seen a guy go 11 for 14 in a 3-game series, but Miguel Cabrera has done that, and he comes in the hottest hitter in baseball. And who knows? He just might be our player of the game. In fact, it might be a pretty good bet. You can stay tuned to Tigers Live. Following the game, we will select our Fox Sports Detroit Tigers player of the game. It is presented by the 2 for $5 classic quarter pounder with cheese. Well, the Pirates are taking the field here on a glorious afternoon for baseball in Pittsburgh. Full house opening day here in Pittsburgh. One of the more scenic ballparks in the league. Here's the starting lineup for the Tigers, presented by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Anthony Ghost will lead it off for Detroit, followed by Ian Kinsler at second base. We talked about Cabrera and what he has done the last 3 days in Cleveland. J.D. Martinez will bump up to the cleanup slot, followed by Cespedes, Castellanos at third, Avila, Iglesias, and Sanchez, your bottom three. No Victor Martinez today. He'll have to come off the bench if he is to play in this contest without the designated hitter in the National League parks. And now the Tigers today will face a talented right-hander by the name of Garrett Cole. And here are his numbers in his first start.
Yeah, a big, strong right-hander, Garrett Cole, making his really first impression last year as a member of the Bucks. He pitched 5 innings in his first start. Did strike out 6, walked a couple, and he does not have a decision yet, so he's looking for his first win of the year.
So the Tigers will take on one of the fine young pitchers over in the National League in Garrett Cole. Here are the numbers last season. He made 22 starts. He was on the disabled list a couple of separate stints, had some injuries to limit him to 22 starts, but certainly one of the bright young stars in the National League. Now, who will play behind him defensively? Well, that is brought to you by Tim Hortons. And for the Pirates today, the outfield features McCutchen in center. He is flanked by Marte and Polanco. They are a dynamite trio. Pedro Alvarez has moved to first base this season. Josh Harrison will play third. It's Mercer and Walker up the middle, and your battery is Francisco Cervelli and Garrett Cole. Well, that gets you set for the first pitch of the ball game today. As we are ready for baseball, Anthony Ghost will settle in. The Tigers and the Pirates over the next 3 days here in Pittsburgh. And the Tigers putting their perfect 6-0 record on the line here this afternoon. Cole is ready, and here is today's first pitch. It's a ball inside to Anthony Ghost.
Pleasant surprise for the Tiger fans to see Anthony Ghost come in and do such a good job offensively. Everybody knows he can go get him out in center field.
Shattered bat rolled toward the shortstop. Mercer gobbles it up there, and one gone. Garrett Cole got in his kitchen and just shattered that bat in half. That'll bring up Ian Kinsler. Garrett Cole is 24 years old, born in Santa Ana, California.
And he's known as a power type pitcher. He will throw that fastball in, run it, sink it in on right-handers and run it in on left-handers. He's got a very good breaking ball, can change up, mix it up and down, and he's a good one.
Just about everybody in the Tigers starting lineup today is off to a good start. Kinsler is no different. He is batting .440. And he's in some ways taken his game to a new level this year. He's concentrated on using all parts of the field. He'll spray that one foul down the right field line.
Well, we talked about it, Mario, you and I, about how this Tiger team has been able to go with the ball away. They've getting a lot of pitches on the outer half of the plate, and instead of trying to pull off the ball, they're able to shoot that ball the opposite way, and so far the results have been great.
Yeah, the averages have been elevated, no doubt about that. 2 balls, 1 strike. There's Brad Ausmus in his second season as the Tigers skipper. 96-72 now is his overall record. There's a strike on the outer edge. Kinsler not so sure.
Pitcher's pitch right there. That's where pitching coaches would love to see most pitchers establish command, down and away, and Kinsler doing a good job of just taking that. There's not much he can do with that pitch.
No. And the count evens at 2s as Cabrera waits his turn on deck. Everybody pretty much bumped up one spot in the lineup after where Victor Martinez would have hit. He is not in the lineup today with no DH. And it's just outside. 3-2 now on Kinsler. Ian at 440, 7 for 14 in the series against the Tribe. Cole's 3-2 is swung on and missed.
You saw the sink of that fastball right there. Kept it down the zone, expanded the zone.
So a 2 gone here is Miguel Cabrera. Hard to imagine anybody having a better stretch than what Cabrera is going through right now. Consecutive 4-hit games. His average going into Cleveland was in the 100 range.
I was going to say he didn't have the greatest opening series in Detroit, but just went off in Cleveland.
The amazing thing, Jack, is the fact that really he didn't have an entire spring training because of the offseason surgery. And so there are, I guess, a select few of guys that only need a couple of weeks in spring camp. Meanwhile, Cole has gone 0-2 now.
Well, Miggy's one of those guys you really feel he can hit in his sleep. And it's really more about how his injury recovery and the way he's been running, taking the extra base here and there, pretty much shows that he's healthy.
Yeah, and that's a good point. I mean, aside from the balance that he's had in the batter's box and his ability to hit, his ability to run and play defensively as well as he has, also good signs. And they shot down the right field line, foul. Well, Cabby's been in the driver's seat. It's brought to you by Kia. And this is how well Miguel has been going. 13 hits this season, the most through the first 6 games in his career. So these are even heights that Cabrera has not reached before. Drill to center field. There is McCutchen coming over, and it's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for Garrett Cole. Here come the Pirates in the bottom of the first. The first inning in the Pirates starting lineup presented by the Metro Detroit Chevy dealers, and it features Harrison, Polanco, and McCutchen at the top. 318 batting average since the start of 12, which leads the National League. Walker, Marte Alvarez, Cervelli, Mercer, and Garrett Cole rounded out for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
They'll be facing right-hander Anibal Sanchez. You saw the numbers right there. 6 2/3 innings his first start. No runs, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. So he's off to a good start for the Tigers.
And Sanchez today brought to you by Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. That ball's hit well. Deep into center field. Way back. And how about that start for Josh Harrison?
Mario is just about to say that Sanchez rarely gives up home runs. He only allowed 4 home runs all of last year in 126 innings to pitch. And the very first pitch here today, the home crowd is cheering.
First pitch fastball, and Harrison wasn't waiting around, was he?
Ball up in the zone, really almost out of the zone, but Harrison jumped all over it. And you can see the power that he has. Straightaway center field.
So that'll give the opening day crowd a charge here. The jam-packed stadium is rocking already. Here is Polanco. He flares this one in the air to left. Cespedes comes under it, and there's the first out of the inning. Pirates coming out of the dugout swinging the bats today.
You look at the numbers for the Pirates offensively, and they're not overly impressive. They've struggled a little bit, especially in that first series in Cincinnati, but different story here at home so far.
2 and 4 the record for the Pirates coming into this game. They had a big win yesterday where their bats woke up against Milwaukee. But by and large, a slow start for them offensively. Sanchez delivers a strike to Andrew McCutchen. The different look for Andrew McCutchen. No longer has the dreadlocks.
Yeah, he cut his hair for charity and decided he liked the look. He's going to try to wear it this summer.
1 ball and 1 strike. Well, McCutchen, without question, is perhaps the most exciting player in the National League. I mean, he can do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, he really can.
Here's the 1-1 from Sanchez. 2-1 now on Andrew McCutchen. Anibal was so good in his first start against the Twins, but the Pirates have gotten him here. You see some of the particulars on McCutchen.
I kind of know that feeling, Mario. I remember in 1986 home opener in Detroit, the very first pitch of the baseball season, Dwight Evans hit a home run off me in the left center, and I looked at Darrell Evans, my first baseman, and he says, "Jack, your ERA is infinity."
I assume, though, you brought it down below infinity.
We won the game. I want you to know we won the game.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. And down low, 3-2 now in McCutchen. Waiting on deck, Neil Walker, the cleanup man for the Pirates.
These two guys were awarded their Silver Slugger bats before the game.
Here now is the 3-2. And McCutchen, strike 3 called. First strikeout for Sanchez. Defensively behind Anibal today. Tigers defense presented by Bill Fox Chevrolet. Cespedes, Ghost, Martinez in the outfield. Castellanos, Cabrera anchoring the corners on the infield. Iglesias and Kinsler, a dynamite double play combination. Sanchez Avila, your battery here tonight. So after the leadoff home run by Harrison, a couple of outs, fly ball and a strikeout, and here is Neil Walker. Walker fouls it back out of play. 0-1.
One thing to look for with Anibal is first pitch strikes. He's the kind of guy that is so successful because he attacks that zone early, and then he starts getting the guys to chase, and getting ahead is so important for anybody on the mound.
That'll sail back into the seats.
I think it's one of those stats that's about as important as anything in the pitching category, because it makes average hitters so much better when you're behind.
And he is 4 for 4 and getting ahead so far in this game. Sanchez so far shaking off that leadoff bomb by Harrison. That is pulled into right field, base hit. Walker, a 2-out single.
Walker getting a fastball that's kind of left over the middle. It was down in the zone, but pretty good hitting right there for Neil Walker.
Mentioned the Pirates have gotten off to a slow start offensively, but yesterday they came alive in a 10-2 win. They had 13 hits, a season high. Here's Starling Marte.
I believe they scored a pile of runs late in that game.
6 in the 9th.
Yeah.
To kind of blow that one open. So Marte now, he's been scuffling out of the chute, but they figured that their outfield is going to be one of the best in baseball again this year with Marte and McCutchen, Blanco. A whole lot of talent in that outfield.
Young talent too.
Again, Sanchez, a first pitch strike. Anibal last year made 21 starts. He was 8-5, an ERA in the mid-3s. Won the ERA title 2 years ago. Ooh, that one a little bit closer as Walker gets back. Walker has 1 steal so far this year. Home plate umpire Bob Davidson now staring into the Tigers dugout. Not quite sure what this is about. Perhaps trying to buy some time for a review there on that last pickoff throw. Brad said, "No, let's get on with it." It's one of the new things about the challenge this year.
Yeah, it's a good rule too. You don't have to come out, waste time going on the field. You can just look from the dugout and indicate it.
That, as most managers would tell you, is one of the most awkward things about the new challenge rule. Just kind of standing out there and wasting time and people watching you do nothing.
It's almost like they'd walk to first base or the closest umpire at the time, rep, and just say, "Hey, I'm out here to kill a little time till I get an indication from my coaching staff as to whether I want to review this or not."
That's pulled foul right back toward the Pirates dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Starling Marte. Had a pretty good spring training, 338. In fact, Marte was their best hitter this spring. Pirates trained down in Bradenton, not too far from the Tigers spring camp of Lakeland, Florida. Sanchez very preoccupied down there at first base with Walker.
Well, he's given Alex Avila a chance to throw by keeping Walker close at first base and keeping that runner from scoring position at second base.
Leadoff home run in the inning by Josh Harrison on the first pitch that Sanchez threw to make it 1-0 Pirates. A little bit outside, run the count even now, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Marte, one of those guys that can do quite a few things as well. He stole 30 bags last season. Can hit with a little bit of power, 13 homers. It has been a while, or had been a while, since the Pirates got back into postseason play. They've done so the last 2 years. Got him. Strike 3 called. Sanchez, a couple of strikeouts in the first. Pirates settled for the 1 run, the home run by Harrison. And Anibal now with a couple of punch outs early. Bank. Raise your expectations of what a bank can be. When it's time, come to Comerica. By Chrysler. Come in to get a great deal during the Chrysler Awards season event. And by Spartan Stores. For locations, visit turntospartan.com. There's the Clemente Bridge out beyond the outfield wall here in Pittsburgh on a gorgeous afternoon. Very scenic ballpark. And J.D. Martinez will lead it off for Detroit. Martinez, Cespedes, Castellanos. 1-0 in favor of the Pirates on the Harrison homer. Garrett Cole, meanwhile, had himself a routine 1-2-3 first inning. You know, Jack, in your day, obviously, you threw on opening day an awful lot. So that was kind of a holiday for you. I mean, you were out there most opening days. And I would imagine for Cole, it's quite an honor to get out here and pitch in front of all these fans. In the home opener?
Yeah, I describe it as a festive occasion. You know, you always know opening day, it always was, always will be probably in Detroit, that it's a sellout. So even with bad weather, you know, folks are going to be out there.
Right.
And cheering, and a lot of times game 2, game 3 can be a very sparse crowd, especially on the road. So I always really look forward to opening day because I knew we'd have a full house.
Martinez looks at a ball outside, just missed 3-2 on JD. Cespedes to follow, then Castellanos in the top of the second. Cole's 3-2. And he got him, strike 3. Took it looking, second strikeout.
It looked like JD was looking, sitting, breaking ball, and he got the express right there. Fastball that caught the outer third of the plate. Garrett Cole just challenging JD. Gets his second strikeout.
Here is Yoenis Cespedes. 321 start this year for Cespedes in that Cleveland series. He was 4 for 15. And in fact, Yoenis hit safely in each of the first 5 before being held hitless yesterday. Well, as advertised so far for Cespedes, he's done a little bit of everything. He has shown off his defensive ability. Shoot that one foul back out of play.
Another thing that Yoenis has done very well so far early in this year is shoot the ball the other way. Here's a guy that has shown the whole world what he can do with his power in the All-Star home run hitting contest over the last couple of years. Predominantly a pull hitter, but he's gone the other way with several of his hits this year.
He got sawed off there, and Cole will throw him out. 2 gone. Well, you could make the case, Jack, that a lot of the Tigers have been taking that approach this year.
It's a good approach because so many pitching coaches are preaching to their pitchers down and away, away, away. And you can see right there with all those highlights, good swings by the Tiger hitters going the opposite direction with the pitch.
And because of that, the Tigers came in batting .355 as a team, tops in the American League. Here's Nick Castellanos. Driven foul. 0-1 on Nick.
Garrett Cole's got a little extra giddy up here today. That one at 96 miles an hour, and you can see the tardy swing from Castellanos there.
174 start for Castellanos. And it's driven to left center field, base hit. That'll be the first Tigers hit of this ball game. 2-out single now for Alex Avila.
A slider that was left over the middle of the plate. It was down in the zone. And when you're throwing well like Cole has, retired the team in order so far, just kind of challenging. Castellanos did a good job of hitting there.
So as most teams do, they will play the shift on against Avila. Harrison, the third baseman, is positioned near the bag at second. And different teams play the shift a different way in how they position their players. Sometimes the third baseman will just slide over to the shortstop position. Other teams, like the Tigers, like to move the third baseman to short right field.
Well, the entire left side is wide open, and there's the argument for most fans, why can't a guy in the big leagues just bunt the ball down the line? Because a bunt doesn't score 2 runs. You want to go ahead here and hit the ball in the seats.
No balls, 2 strikes on Avila. Well, I think we're probably, with these shifts against big left-handed batters, probably going to see some guys maybe become more well-rounded hitters because of this, if they decide to take the ball the other way.
I got to believe in time. We're seeing a new changing of the guard in baseball with all these shifts in the last couple of years. I got to believe in time. Hitting coaches are going to try to show that, go the other way and make it fair again. Open up that field for yourself.
Well, as a pitcher, do you have to pitch to the shift?
You're supposed to. I would think so. On the other hand, there's a scouting report for every single hitter, and you want to pitch to that scouting report. If a guy tends to roll over balls down and away, you still stay with that ball. But those are the ones that they can shoot the other way a lot easier than the ball in.
1-2 on Avila. Tigers have a 2-out base runner. Blocked at home plate by Cervelli. Well, you're right. The shifts are new. I mean, I wonder if pitchers really like to pitch with this type of shift. I mean, if you were out there, would you want to pitch with this kind of defensive alignment? Would it bother you?
Well, it shouldn't bother the pitcher. The pitcher's got to throw and execute the pitches no matter what happens behind him. With that being said, you've got to be aware of the shift. And typically, you know the hitters. The guy predominantly is a pull hitter. They're going to shift on him.
2-2.
I think it's just more important. It's like a hitter squaring around a bunt. He's giving you an out. Throw a strike. You don't want to be, missing your pitch when a guy squares around. And sometimes you're distracted. You see that visually. The guy's kind of squared up, and you forget about that target.
Check the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the runner on the move, bouncing ball right side, straight into that shift. The throw coming from the outfield grass for the out. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left, 1.5 in the books. Tigers baseball today, presented by Bell Tire. Second, and some examples of what you were talking about earlier and what makes Anibal successful.
Well, first of all, 5 for 5 in first pitch strikes, but you can see how he can expand the zone when he's ahead in the count. He can take a little off, he can add and subtract, he can go up and down in the zone, which changes the hitter's eye level, but most of all, he doesn't miss a lot over the heart of the plate.
Pedro Alvarez will lead it off for the Pirates.
Good off-speed pitch right there to start Alvarez.
Alvarez off to a .300 start. He's hit a couple of home runs. certainly is thunder in the bat, but he is down now, 0-2 in the count.
Yeah, back-to-back changeups in great spots, down and away. And that's where your battery mate, your catcher, Alex Avila, sensing that the Pirates will really come out here over aggressive, and you got to maybe take a little off and don't let them cheat so much.
Swing and a miss. Alvarez down on 3 swings.
Prime example of swinging out of the zone. Kind of abused Alvarez there. 2 changeups, and then third one just down and away, even more so. It kind of reminded me of a lot of the great pitchers, just sensing. That's the sense we're talking about with Anibal, that just knows, can almost get a feel for what a hitter's trying to do.
Here is Francisco Cervelli. Line drive, right field. Straight at J.D. Martinez, 2 gone.
Cervelli coming over to take the place of Russell Martin. Big time favorite of the fans here in Pittsburgh. Martin going to the Blue Jays.
Yeah, a few changes for the Pirates this year. Of course, they've made the postseason each of the last 2 years after missing postseason for 20 seasons. I mean, it had been some long summers here in Pittsburgh, but Clint Hurdle's got them turned around.
You'd think after 20 years of first-round draft choices, they'd finally get above 500, and they have. New ballpark here in 2001, is it?
2001 is when PNC opened.
There's Clint Hurdle.
Swing and a miss. I was reading where Clint Hurdle underwent 2 hip operations.
I talked to him in the tunnel, and he said, yeah, it's a lot better. If you saw him in postseason last year, you could tell the guy was in pain. He couldn't hardly even go to the mound.
I'm sure he invested in a walker this offseason, rehabbing from those 2 hip surgeries.
Yeah, he's got 1 at second base.
Oh, that's terrible. Of course, you're referring to Neil Walker. It's the first bad joke of the year.
There'll be more.
Yeah, I'm sure there will. More to come. Stay tuned. Mercer has hit safely in his last 4. 278 batting average to begin the season. Mercer had a pretty good spring training as well. 333 for the Pirates. Hit 3 home runs. Here's the 1-2. Tap foul. Tigers played here last August. They have played the Pirates here for the last 3 years. Pittsburgh won the 2 games they played in this ballpark last year. The Tigers beat them 2 at home. They split the season series. That'll back him out of there. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the shortstop, Jordy Mercer.
Purpose pitch right there. You've got to show a ball inside in order to get the outer half of the plate. And right there, Sanchez just backed him off a little bit on the inside part of the plate. Now he's going to go with the off-speed pitch.
Low, 3-2. Number 9 hitter, the pitcher waiting on deck, Garrett Cole. And it's a little bit different in the National League when you approach the bottom of the lineup.
No question. Very few pitchers can hit the way a designated hitter can hit.
Soft line drive to left, base hit. So Mercer is aboard here with 2 outs. The 3rd hit for the Pirates. Hey, by the way, see the Tigers play the Yankees April 20th through the 23rd and get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 bags of chips, and 4 drinks. All for a discounted price with the Tigers weekday value pack. Call 866-66-TIGER or visit tigers.com.
Pitcher Garrett Cole will have his first at bat here. And you'd think a guy 6'4", 220 pounds, kind of a stud on the mound, would be able to swing the bat, but that's the unknown that American League pitchers have a disadvantage. They come into National League ballparks, and you don't really have a good scouting report on a pitcher.
Cole has had 2 at-bats this year. He is 0 for 2. He does have a career home run.
That's one more than me.
Is that right? You never hit one out, huh? Well, you never hit.
We didn't even take batting practice. Why?
There's no interleague play in your day.
Maybe in the World Series.
Yeah, that's about it. In there for a strike. 1-2 on Garrett Cole. Pirates grab the lead early in this one with a home run by Josh Harrison, who's waiting on deck. Swing and a miss, and that is that for the Pirates. Nothing comes of a 2-out single. 4 strikeouts for Sanchez. Today from Pittsburgh, Brady Kleiman is our producer. Mark Isofano is our director. And we all have watched this Tigers team really get it done offensively. And Jack, when you look at some of these numbers, I mean, they're averaging almost 8 runs per game.
Well, that'll help that bullpen, you know, buy some time until Joe Nathan gets healthy out there and gets his game back. But yeah, that's impressive. First in so many categories. And for me, the most important of all that is the leads that they've had by the 5th inning. That allows the starting pitcher to just kind of take a deep breath and start attacking the strike zone with confidence, knowing that you can afford to make a mistake. Most importantly, don't walk anybody. Go after the hitters.
Well, coming into today, the Tigers had outscored opponents through the first 5 innings 32-3. That's the stat you're talking about. That's
impressive.
Here is Jose Iglesias to lead it off. Iglesias, Sanchez, Ghosts. It's fouled straight back by Jose. Garrett Cole has given up just 1 hit, the single to Castellanos in the 2nd, nothing else. Another really good start for a Tiger from Jose Iglesias. This one is chopped back up the middle. Walker going to have to hurry, and he got him by a step.
Well, just a good play right here by Neil Walker. He's going to his right, has to throw across his body. Throws a strike over to Alvarez. Just able to get Iglesias.
So here is Sanchez, a career .091 hitter. Now, Anibal did hit quite a bit over in the National League when he was a member of the Marlins. He was 1 for 5 last year with a double and an RBI. By the way, we looked up your numbers. You were 0 for 4 in the World Series in your career.
Hey, but I was in the World Series.
Well, game, set, and match right there.
I'm pretty sure I should have done what Anibal just did. Run the pitch count up. Just take 3. Why swing at the first one and get out when you can take 3?
2 up, 2 down. Here's Anthony Gose.
Cole doing a great job right there, painting all 3 of those fastballs away to Anibal.
Gose had his bat broken back in the first inning on a 6-3 ground out. Had 3 hits in the series against the Indians, including a leadoff home run against Corey Kluber. That came in the Saturday game. So wave and a miss, 0-1. Exciting things happen when Anthony Gose puts the ball in play. Cole missing outside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Gose. There's a swing and a miss. Cole has himself a nice little rhythm going here in this game.
You can tell he's healthy. He's pounding that fastball. He's been throwing up in the upper 90s. He's got a good slider today, real crisp.
Swing and a miss. Gose is out on strikes. That'll be it for the Tigers, who go 1-2-3.
The first pitch of the game, Josh Harrison got a high fastball and sent it over the right center field fence. Put the Pirates up 1-0. That's all the scoring so far.
Harrison's first home run of the season, and he will get things started here in the third. First of 3 between the Tigers and the Pirates. Harrison, Polanco, and then McCutchen. Top of the order coming up.
Waiting for Hunter Wendelstead, the third base umpire, to get back on the field, and we're now ready to go.
Harrison looks at a ball inside. They don't mess around anymore with the new clock between innings. You've got 2 minutes 25 seconds for the pitcher to complete his warm-up pitches and then throw that first pitch of the next inning. So if you're an umpire or anybody else and need to take a little bit of a potty break, you better hurry up.
Move it along, and so far it's been working quite well, I think.
Here's the 1-1. That'll get back into the seats.
Mario, I think it's a big advantage for the pitchers, this whole time clock thing and moving the game. Pace of game is important for rhythm for a pitcher, and you get your warm-up tosses, you want to get ready and throw the ball. You don't want the guy taking time getting in and out of the box. And by keeping the hitter in the batter's box, it speeds up that aspect of the game.
So when guys would step out purposely or take their time at the plate, that was basically to disrupt your rhythm.
Absolutely. They knew it, and a lot of times I would try to mess with them by stepping off the mound. Bottom line is it took twice as long to get the game going, and the little gamesmanship that you play with one another just delays everything.
There's a ball knocked down by Kinsler, but it'll have no play. Leadoff single here in the third for Harrison.
Good effort for Ian Kinsley going to his left, but you see the ball just kind of scooting under his glove. And by the time he picks it up, Harrison too quick down that line.
Harrison now 2 for 2. Here's the talented youngster Gregory Polanco. Flied out to left field his first time up. Swung at the first pitch that Sanchez offered back in the first inning. And Polanco looks at a ball. Only 23 years old. In fact, he's the youngest player on the Pirates roster. His ceiling, they say, is extremely high. He is very skilled. Hit for average, hit for a little bit of power, can run.
Yeah, more important than anything. 23. Mario, 23. You remember?
Oh, me remember 23? No. I know you don't.
Absolutely not.
I certainly don't. But to have his skill at that young age, man.
What a
there
jump.
Goes the runner. And it's going to go foul.
That's a break right there by Sanchez. Harrison got a beautiful jump. Running lead, basically.
Here's what we talked about, Jack. The young guns they have in their outfield.
Just a lot of upside for the Pirates, led by McCutchen in center field. He's the old man at 28. Marte 26 and Polanco 23. So they feel like there's a bright future here in Pittsburgh with that outfield.
They're attempting to sign Polanco long term. They have locked up Starling Marte through 2019. Drill to right field. Ball is hit well, and that ball is off the wall. Harrison coming to third. They're going to stop him there. They thought about sending him home, but he is held up at third base, and that's a double for Polanco.
Well, you're just talking about the upside of Gregory Polanco, and here's a fastball that's up and in, middle half in, and he just turned on it, got the good part of the bat on the ball, hit it off the right field scoreboard. And right now, Sanchez is going to have to pitch himself out of a little bit of trouble. Needed a lineup coming up.
Yeah, not getting any easier right now with Andrew McCutchen strolling in. Although McCutchen did strike out his first time up, he's being hampered by a sore knee. Had to leave Friday's game. Two men on, nobody out. And a ball outside to McCutchen. Well, the Bernstein advantage brings you the pitcher-batter matchup between these two. Career-wise, Sanchez has pretty much kept McCutchen in check. 4 for 15. So Sanchez has had the advantage. Down the right field line, slicing foul.
Well, when you're talking about one of the game's better players, we're talking about Andrew McCutchen. 4 for 15 you probably take every day if you're a pitcher, because he's one of those guys that can be a game changer. Anyball's got to be careful right here. 1-2 now on McCutchen.
Well, speaking of game changers, here's our T-Mobile game changer. McCutchen and Harrison on a list of guys last year that hit over 300 with 50 extra base hits and 15 stolen bases. Jose Altuve on that list, along with Brantley and the two Pirates we mentioned.
McCutchen steps out. It brings up an interesting point. Pitching coach should come out to the mound and be careful with this guy. You want to look at him and say, well, what do you mean? You want me to walk him? What they really mean is throw strikes, but don't let him get a hit.
Yeah, which is simple, right?
Yeah, I'll whip one of those right up for you.
Here's Jeff Jones. Well, he's had the joy of watching, to this point, a Tigers staff that has done very well.
I talked to Jeff Jones before the game about Sanchez, and I said, anything new that I don't know? He says, yeah, he's added a cutter. I said, what does that make, 4 or 5 pitches? He said, oh, about 7.
Nice. Fly ball. Right center field. Hit well. JD going back, calling on the track. This will get a run in. Harrison will tag and score. Both runners move up, and the Pirates have a 2-0 lead.
That's what you want out of your number 3 hitter right there. Runners in scoring position, nobody out. Lift the ball to the outfield deep, and easily Josh Harrison scores from third base. But Andrew McCutchen getting the job done right there.
7th RBI of the season already for McCutchen. So despite a low batting average, he is driving in runs. Tigers have elected now to pull the infield in with Polanco at third and 1 out. Neil Walker, a single in his first at bat. He'll roll it foul, 0-1.
Big out right here. This is a part of the game. Always, you talk about game management to hold the team in check. That third run, very important to try to leave there. And with just 1 out, he's got to figure out a way to keep Polanco at third base.
Bouncing ball to first. They're going to come home with it. And out at home plate is Polanco, who never even makes it to the dish.
Just a good play by Miguel right there. Not forcing the issue. He let the ball come to him, saw it into his glove. He knew he had plenty of time. And Polanco went on contact. And they had him by 10 feet.
Polanco trying to do his Fred Astaire imitation here. Just couldn't dance into the plate. 2 outs now. The infield is back. They're relaxed a little bit. 2-0 Pirates. Here's Starling Marte.
That was just a big out right there for Sanchez to get the ground ball and get that second out. Now instead of a runner at third base in scoring position, you got a runner at first base and 2 outs.
Marte shoots it to right field. JD Martinez cruising over, and that is that. So minimal damage done. Pirates settle for 1 run. Period. Bell Tire. By Myers. Save big with M-Perks from Myers. Sign up at mperks.com. And by Chevrolet. Find new roads. And we welcome you back to Pittsburgh, where the Pirates and Tigers are opening up a 3-game series. Jam-packed house on opening day here in Pittsburgh today. And boy, did they get fortunate with the weather they've got. Mid-70s temps. As Kinsler swings and misses.
Another first pitch strike by Garrett Cole. That's 8 out of 11. He's in total command here today so far. Just the single for Castellanos.
Garrett Cole pitched his college ball at UCLA, was a member of the staff that also included Trevor Bauer, who pitches for the Indians. They were on the same staff there at UCLA. Bouncer foul. #1 pick. In fact, Cole was twice a #1 pick. You don't often see a guy get selected in the first round out of high school, but tell the professional organization, no thanks, going to college, which is what Cole did. The Yankees selected him in the first round, and down goes Kinsler. One away. Let's go back to the studio now and check in with Mickey York. Well, I'll tell you what, Mickey's been digging some stats out, doing some work back there. How about that Royals team? They're off to a nice start.
Confidence of postseason. I think that's what's really propelled that team.
Miguel Cabrera stands in. Two balls, no strikes. Miguel fly to center field his first time up. Cole hits the outside corner. 2-1.
Just another indication of how special Miguel Cabrera is. Garrett Cole's just been on cruise control, hitting his spots, getting ahead of hitters, and then up steps Miguel, and what does he do? Try to get him to chase. It's not going to work.
2-2 on Cabrera. Obviously, with Cole pitching in the National League, we don't get to see him throw all that often, but he has come out and looked very impressive.
Front door breaking ball right there. A little slider that caught down and in.
Low and away. 3-2 now on Cabrera. Miggy having a chat with the veteran umpire Bob Davidson behind the dish today.
I can just imagine what that was about.
Here's the 3-2. Count stays full.
He's saying, look at, you can't give him both sides of the plate.
Right.
Give me one part of that.
These hitters, man, they want everything, don't they?
I used to tell the home plate umpire, look, if I'm throwing it towards home, call it a strike, because I'm not trying to throw balls.
Did they buy it?
No.
Cole again with the 3-2.
Miguel having a good at bat. Cole's pitch count was in great shape coming into this inning, only 39.
Here's his ratio now through 50 total pitches, 34 against 16 balls. And another foul. So Cabrera continues to spoil pitch after pitch.
It's frustrating when you're a pitcher and a guy fouls back and stays alive 9, 10, 11 pitches, especially if the guy ends up on base. I feel like, gosh, can we replay that? And I'll just drill him on the first pitch and I'll save myself about 10 bullets.
Guess what? Another foul. Do you ever get to the point where you say, all right, look, here it is, down the middle, hit it?
No, you don't. You don't want to give in. You know, at this point, both guys are trying to win this battle. And every game, that's the battle within the game.
This one has turned into a lengthy battle.
Yeah.
the slider.
Swing and a miss. Well, Garrett Cole finally wins that one. It's another strikeout, his 6th. A pretty good matchup there.
Well, you don't see Miguel swinging out of the zone very often right there, but he goes with the breaking ball, and it was well out of the strike zone.
Two up, 2 down. 6 strikeouts now for Cole. In fact, he has struck out the last 4 straight Tigers. In the air to shallow center field, and on the run, caught by McCutchen. 1-2-3 inning for Garrett Cole. On Fox Sports Detroit, visit the life-size bobbleheads of Tigers Victor Martinez and Ian Kinsler at the GM Renaissance Center in downtown Detroit. If you'd like more information on April in the D, visit foxsportsdetroit.com.
Tigers could use Victor Martinez in the lineup today.
Yes, they could.
His presence.
They just have him available off the bench. Kind of hard to imagine Victor having to sit down all 3 games here, but you know, Brad Ausmus has said we're not going to catch him. That's for certain with the bad knee, and even first base might be out. So you've got to be you got to take the long view. And it's not like the Tigers' offense doesn't have other weapons.
With a little bit of a tweaked knee, it might not be a bad time to give him some extra rest also.
No doubt. Alvarez leading off the bottom of the 4th. Sanchez made quick work of Alvarez, struck him out swinging back in the 2nd. Two and 2 on Pedro.
Got him on the first time up on 3 changeups.
Bouncing ball right side. It'll be cut off by Cabrera. Sanchez will cover. 1 gone in the 4th. Here's Francisco Cervelli. You know, Cervelli might be the only guy in the big leagues or baseball period who has the walk-up song of That's Amore.
True to his heritage, apparently.
Absolutely, but I defy you to find another player in all of baseball with that walk-up song.
It's all about getting the crowd into it.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a real buzz, so apparently there's not a lot of Italians here today.
Cervelli flied to right field his first time up. Well, Sanchez with the 0-1. 1 ball and 1 strike and Francisco. Hannibal gave up the home run to Harrison in the first, a sac fly to McCutchen in the third for the 2-0 Pirates lead. Fouled off. 1-2 on the former Yankees catcher Francisco Cervelli, who when he was coming up with the Yankees was kind of stuck behind Jorge Posada. Last year hit .301 with the Yanks. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss. So Sanchez now back in a groove, 2 gone.
Fifth strikeout for Anibal. Pretty much fastball right down Broadway. Cervelli just swinging through it.
Here is Jordy Mercer. One ball and no strikes. When you play in National League parks, you start to think about what it's like to attack an opposing lineup. It's nice to get this guy out and then have the pitcher lead off the next inning. So 1-2-3 frame would be good here for Sanchez, who's almost blown off the mound. The wind is kicking up now.
But the hot dog wrappers blowing all over. You look at the flags and they're blowing straight from the right field corner over to the left field corner, but obviously down on the field you can see it's just shooting right out to right field from the Pirates dugout to the right field corner.
Remember Candlestick Park where the hot dog wrappers were very prevalent. That's a strike call.
I was fortunate, or unfortunate if you want, to play in Candlestick once, and that was the All-Star game. I can't remember what year it was. But
how'd you do?
I was just impressed with the fact that the wind was blowing everywhere. Literally, just like everybody talked about, the wrappers were a whirlwind everywhere.
Yeah, but you didn't tell me how you did.
I'm here to talk about it, so I must not got crushed too bad.
1-2 on Mercer.
We'll look that one up too.
Okay, we'll have to stand by since you won't tell us.
I don't remember.
That bad of a memory. And again the 1-2. High fly ball right field, chasing Martinez back. JD under it.
Good job.
And a 1-2-3 inning for Sanchez. Look up those numbers, boys. Am I right on that river?
I'm going to guess you're wrong.
Are you really? Do you know?
I thought it was the Allegheny.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's the Allegheny, so you're right. It is a confluence of three rivers here in Pittsburgh. Remember the old Three Rivers Stadium? Hence the name. So
that's why they named it that.
It's the Allegheny, the Monongahela, and what?
Ohio, I think that's what.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, there's your geography lesson for the day. Well, let's see if the Tigers basket get going here, because they have been stymied by Garrett Cole. The hottest offense to begin a season, at least the hottest team offensively. The Tigers trying to get it jump started here. Cespedes leads it off. Sends a ground ball to short on the very first pitch. Mercer throws him out, one gone. Check out our Comcast high-speed pitch. How about this? Garrett Cole today, Jack, has touched 99.
He's brought his A game so far. Been aggressive in that strike zone. He's got a good, crisp breaking ball. You throw in the high 90s and got a changeup in the low 80s. Pretty good combination. Most impressive, though, he's only allowed the one base runner, and that's to this guy right here.
Yeah, he's retired 8 straight as Castellanos stands in. The single by Nick. Pretty much it for the Tigers back in the second. Average up to 208 now for Castellanos. Drill to right field. Chasing Polanco back to the warning track. He had it backhanded. 2 gone. We're getting the numbers on your 84 All-Star Game appearance. You led us to believe that you didn't do well. You did extremely well. 2 innings, 2 hits, no runs.
I told you I didn't remember.
Yeah, but you should remember an All-Star Game in which you pitched 2 scoreless innings. I mean, what else is there aside from the World Series? Sandberg and Strawberry got you for singles.
Oh, those guys.
They were
one's in the Hall, and the other one probably could have been.
Yeah, they're kind of good. Avila fouls it back.
I was looking back at a team photo of the first All-Star Game I played at 1991 in Cleveland. 16 guys in the Hall of Fame.
Really?
From the 2 teams.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Cole ready with the next pitch to Avila, and it's low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Avila, facing the shift, tried to lay down a bunt. We've seen him do that every now and then. But I just don't see it softening up that shift in that defense.
I was going to say, you do that hoping that they might flinch, but a manager's committed. He's going to make that no matter what. And the only guy on the left side is the shortstop. And he's kind of saying, go ahead, do it.
Two balls, 1 strike. And that is fouled off by Alex. Avila came in batting .308. He got off to a nice start, drawing his walks. There's Iglesias waiting on deck. .61 pitches for Garrett Cole, who has been on point in this game today for the Pirates. Ooh. Just missed. Full count, 3-2.
There are fans who want to see the hitting slugfest, and there are fans who can appreciate this. I obviously, for one, love to see a guy in command, even though I want the Tigers to get on the board here.
And Avila gets himself another walk.
That might be the first chance.
Well, it's a 2-out base on balls, the first of the game for Cole, and just the second base runner for Detroit. We'll bring up Iglesias. He grounded out his first time up 0 for 1. Jose put together a 4-hit game on Wednesday, his first career 4-hit game. Ball 1 low.
Tremendous start for Jose in that opening series against the Twins back at Comerica.
Yeah, and it was good to see because he had struggled so much during spring camp. He just couldn't buy a hit during spring training. But once the red light went on, he was good to go. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's going to be fun watching him and Kinsler this year as a double play combination. Those are 2 really good defensive players. I asked Jose today how long it took him to get comfortable with Kinsler. He said, I don't know, maybe a couple of weeks in spring camp, and that's it, because Ian is so good. Soft roller toward third, gobbled up there by Harrison. And Garrett Cole continues to cruise. In favor of Pittsburgh. Here is the upcoming pitching matchup. It is presented by Gordon Chevrolet. And tomorrow, Jack, a couple of righties with some really good stuff.
Shane Green looking for his 2nd win of the season. A.J. Burnett, veteran right-hander, has been around both leagues, and he's looking for a win for the Bucks.
Shane Green really looked good in his first Tigers start. Sanchez back to the hill, and he will face Garrett Cole. Night games the next 2 days here in Pittsburgh. And it's back home.
With weather like this, we can handle a night game.
Yeah, we should be able to. As long as the temperatures are in the 60s or so. You get below 60, I get a little bit chilly. I need a jacket. I brought my jacket, and we absolutely don't need it today.
Not today.
76 degrees. Sanchez with the 2-1. 2-2 on Cole, who does not seem to be excited about taking the bat off his shoulder.
He's trying to work that pitch count too. And the ball came in with 61 pitches to start the inning.
Swing and a miss.
Picks up his 6th strikeout.
7 in a row retired by Sanchez. Here's a guy that's got him twice, though. It'll be Harrison, who has a homer, a single, and has scored both of their runs.
Might be a good guy to keep off the bases if you can. Kind of the things you look for in a leadoff guy. On base percentage. Does he create havoc? And first home run, obviously not much you can do about that.
Harrison really broke through last year. I mean, he became an all-star last season. There was a time where Harrison was, I guess, viewed as a utility player in Major League Baseball. And all of a sudden, last year, he was receiving MVP votes. He finished 9th in the voting. Bouncing ball to short. Iglesias charging. 2 gone in the 5th. Fans, Sunday, April 19th, the Tigers take on the White Sox at 1:08. It's Kids Opening Day. All kids 14 and under receive a free Tigers team baseball card set. Call 866-66-TIGER or visit tigers.com for more information. Two away now for Gregory Polanco. Double and a flyout. Ball 1 inside.
Polanco hit that ball very crisply in his last at bat. A line drive off the right field scoreboard.
Sanchez last year gave up just 4 home runs all season, but he was greeted on the first pitch he threw today by a home run from Josh Harrison, their leadoff hitter. He'll bend him out of there for a strike. 2-1. Swing and a miss. And we've made so much about the Tigers offense early on, but their starter's ERA was 1.37 coming in today, which was the best in the American League. So really all the facets have been really good so far. There you go. Negative.
You take away the first pitch. Sanchez has really kind of towed it right up with Garrett Cole. Cole's done a great job with just the 1 walk and 1 hit, but 1 run off of Annabelle. Not too bad through almost 5 innings here.
See what he's got here on 3-2. Swing and a miss. Tipped it into the glove for strike 3. Sanchez 7 strikeouts now. He's retired 9 straight.
Garrett Cole, you can see that he's got a couple broken bats, got in the kitchen of Cespedes there again with Alex Avila, and then 5 straight strikeouts here. You'll see from the right-hander kind of hitting his spot. So Garrett Cole really on track so far in this game. Just 1 hit allowed.
You know what else is impressive? 43 of his pitches have been 95 or above. Not a whole lot going on today against Garrett Cole. 6 strikeouts over 5 innings. Sanchez leads it off. As we go to the 6th, and it's in there, strike 1. Audubon fan back in the 3rd. You know, we talk about the pace that Garrett Cole has had today and the rhythm he's working with. When you don't have anybody on base, I mean, there's nothing to affect your rhythm, really. He's never really pitched from the stretch this afternoon.
Now, that's one thing you love as a pitcher, a starting pitcher. is having that kind of rhythm and knowing you don't face anybody with guys on base. To me, I felt like I had half the strength coming out of the stretch that I had out of the windup. And yet I know it was just psychological because, you know, the radar gun showed that I had the same velocity. But there's something about throwing out of the stretch that I was never comfortable with. So it made me really focus on trying to keep runners off base.
Here's Anthony Gose. You think most guys are like that? Most pitchers are like that?
I think most relievers are used to throwing out of the stretch and prefer it. That's why you see a lot of relievers come in with nobody on and still throw out of the stretch, but you don't see starters doing that. David Price, the only guy close, and that's because he has such a short little baby step in his delivery.
Gose is 0 for 2, strikeout, ground out. And now finds himself in an 0-2 hole here with 1 out in the 6th inning. 2 runs, 5 hits for Pittsburgh. No runs, 1 hit for Detroit.
Pitch count in great shape for Garrett Cole, 72, with a 1 out here in the 6th.
Swing and a miss. Ghost fans for the 2nd time today. That's 8 in the strikeout column now for Garrett Cole.
A running fastball that just tailed away from Anthony Gose. And Garrett Cole picks up his 8th strikeout.
Well, when you're getting Kinsler striking out a couple of times, you know you're going pretty good because Ian came in batting .440, but he struck him out in the 1st and 4th. And he starts him off inside with a fastball to 96. (2-0).
One other thing that Cole's doing very well is getting those first pitch strikes. It's not like you work the count when you're behind all the time. They'd like to get his pitch count up, but he's just been pounding that strike zone.
Bouncing ball back up the middle. Mercer ranging left. Quick release in time. 2 gone. Or 3 gone. For 1-2-3 innings. Couple of strikeouts and a ground out. Cole continues to be in command. Today.
First at bat, you see Sanchez kind of froze Andrew McCutchen, a fastball that ran in inner half, and then McCutchen almost gets him back. Drove one deep to right field for J.D. Martinez, and he scored a run. Got an RBI.
His 7th of the season. That made it 2-0 in favor of the Pirates, and that's where we stand here as we play in the 6th. McCutchen batting .182. Swing and a miss.
Great changeup right there. McCutchen way out in front. You really want to pitch to guys 3, 4, 5 in the batting order with nobody on base. We've been talking about Garrett Cole the whole game, but Anibel's really thrown a good game himself. 76 pitches, 16 out of 21 strikes, first pitch strikes.
Well, it's a good point. You know, Anibel has given up a couple of runs, but he's in a stretch right now where he's retired 9 in a row. He got 7 strikeouts. On any other day, that would be an awfully good start. But Cole has just been almost unhittable today. McCutchen rolls that one foul. It was a really good spring camp for Andrew McCutchen. 375. Won the MVP award back in 2013, as did Miguel Cabrera. Swing and a miss. Man, McCutchen couldn't hold up. Wow. 8 strikeouts. Let's go back to the studio now and check in with Mickey York.
Second baseman, Walker.
All right, Mick, thank you. Here, 2-0 in favor of the Pirates. Sanchez back to work, and he is facing Neil Walker. Single, and reached on a fielder's choice in his last at bat. That's in for a strike.
For a starting pitcher, it's all about game management, damage control. You got to believe that Sanchez is very aware that his mound opponent is doing a great job, that runs could be hard to come by. He cannot afford to allow another one, and he's done a great job in the last few innings of that very same thing, game management.
Yeah, that game management came into play in the third after a single, a double. Only one of those runs came around to score instead of both. Sanchez did a nice job getting Walker on the ground ball and then Marte in the fly ball.
The old Earl Weaver theory of bloop and a blast.
Right.
It's within reach with only 2 runs on the board.
To the left side of the infield. Ooh, tricky play. Iglesias and a pick at first by Miggy. Wow.
That's just some great defense for both Iglesias and Cabrera. Kind of a tough hop for Jose Iglesias. He was going to his right, and that ball came back a little bit, kind of high, handcuffed him, and you see him focus and concentrate, get that glove hand on the ball, make a strong throw that Miguel was able to stretch and pick out of the dirt. Good defense right there.
What hands by Iglesias. And Miguel was equal to the task, picking that one out of the dirt. Strike one to Marte. Boy, Sanchez is on one of those rolls where we see him get so often where he just gets so locked in. Got a little help that time from his defense.
You got to love your defenders. Give them a chance. Let them be the star too.
Oh, 0-2.
We talked about Anibal early in this broadcast about how he gets on that kind of roll and then he's able to have a feel, and he's really doing it right now. He pounding the zone with fastballs when they're seemingly taking pitches and getting them to chase, just missing the heart of the bat.
Sanchez ahead 0-2 on Marte, who is 0 for 2. And a ball high. He'll run the count to 1-2 now. Well, Marte came in batting just 136. Really had a good second half last year. Hit about 350 the second half of the season. That's a foul ball at home plate.
Another indication that your average fan can watch a pitcher and a catcher as they work in the game is how many times that pitcher is shaking the catcher. When a pitcher's throwing good and catcher is in sync with him, it's almost like throw down any number, it doesn't matter, I'll hit your glove, and the catcher's feeling the same way. What do you want to throw here? It doesn't matter. Both Avila and Sanchez are really in tune right now.
Swing and a miss. Sanchez, 9 strikeouts. He's retired 12 straight. Tigers need to get the bats going. The player of the week in the American League coming up. Miguel Cabrera leads it off. Favor of the Pirates. They got a couple of early runs, and Cole has made it stand up so far. And it'll be Miguel Cabrera, named American League Player of the Week, the 13th time that he has won that award for his .520 average.
13 times. Wow.
Adrian Gonzalez won it over in the National League, and he was buddies with Cabrera coming up in the minor leagues with the Marlins. Strike one on Cabrera, who has a strikeout and a flyout. Painting the outside corner, 0-2. Cabrera is able to spoil that one.
When you have 95 miles an hour and what seems like pinpoint location on the outer half, you challenge the game's best. .50 of them at 95 or better.
That's a fair ball just out of the reach of Alvarez. To the corner it rolls. Cabrera, though, going to hold with a single. And the Tigers get a leadoff hit here in the 7th.
Well, here's the pitch by pitch from Garrett Cole to Miguel Cabrera. First pitch, he tried to go away, and I think a generous call there. Painted the second one fastball, painted the third one, and left the fourth one up a little bit, and Miggy was able to get the barrel on it, shoot it down the right field line past the first baseman, Pedro Alvarez.
That is the first Tigers hit since the Castellanos single back in the 2nd. In there for strike one on J.D. Martinez.
Just a big sweeping slider from Garrett Cole there, painting the outside corner again for another strike one. Cole
went 5 innings in his first start at Cincinnati. He gave up 3 runs earned. He struck out 6 through 92 pitches in that game. Man, 0-2.
82 pitches, 15 out of 22 first pitch strikes. And he's got a fastball that he can locate and a breaking ball that's nasty. It's just a tough day, but Sanchez equally pitching extremely well.
Cervelli blocks that one, 1-2. Not a whole lot going on offensively in this game for either team. The Pirates scored 1 in the first, 1 in the third. Fouled away. Martinez had 4 hits in the series against the Cleveland Indians. Waiting on deck is Cespedes. Yoenis also hitless today. Two and two.
You just can't look for one pitch off of this guy. You've got to adjust the ball, and it's easier said than done when he's throwing in the mid-90s, upper 90s. JD Martinez doing a good job of working this particular at-bat.
And again, Cole has not thrown from the stretch all that often here today. 2 singles and a walk. And he lost him, ball 4.
All right, base hit, a walk, and now the blast.
Cole, a long look in. How close was it? Just a shade outside, if that.
It's more of a case there that he missed the glove. Cervelli was sitting up on the inside corner. Home plate umpire Bob Davison sitting right over top of him, and then when he has to reach across to catch the outside corner, you rarely get that pitch as a from the umpire.
So we'll get our first meeting on the mound here, as Cole has not needed too many words of encouragement here this afternoon.
First runner in scoring position for the Tigers today.
Hey, by the way, tonight on Fox Sports Live, they've got all the news from the world of sports, including highlights of a full day in the NBA and MLB. Fox Sports Live is tonight on Fox Sports 1, also streaming live on Fox Sports Go. So here is Yoenis Cespedes.
He's certainly a guy that can square a ball up and send it a long way.
Leadoff single by Cabrera and a walk to Martinez. That's it for a strike, 0-1. Cespedes has put the ball on the ground twice in this game. First real semblance of a rally for the Tigers. Oh, 0-2.
That at bat, you saw Yoenis Cespedes looking to pull. He was really pulling off, and he got the breaking ball away. Some action now in the Pirates bullpen.
Jared Hughes, Antonio Bastardo. And they're tuning up. No balls, 2 strikes on Yoenis Cespedes. And again, he stayed away, this time way too far outside, 1-2.
98-mile-an-hour fastball. Cespedes just needs to figure out a way to move these runners. Nobody out. Get him in scoring position. Then a base hit can score the tying run.
Cole now has hit the 90 plateau. It pitches. Just off the plate. There have been a couple of close calls with 2 strikes on the last hitter and now on this hitter.
You see the frustration from Garrett Cole because he's been getting that call. And then when you need one, the umpire just kind of freezes. A good take there, though. That's a tough pitch to put into play.
Here's the 2-2. Slow tap toward third. They'll let it roll foul.
Cervelli going to take a quick run out to the mound and ask Cole, what do you want to throw here? 2-2 count. Nobody out.
Cole has had good numbers in his career, albeit a very young career in interleague play. 4-1 with an ERA, a shade over 3, and he's done nothing today to ruin those numbers. Cespedes battling here in the 7th. Tigers have 2 men on, down by 2. Pulled foul.
Mario, we've talked about Garrett Cole here for so many impressive things. Just really basically one good year under his belt. And in his last 5 starts right here at PNC, he's 3-0 with a 2.61. Has the lead here in this game. He's pitched extremely well here in his recent opportunities.
Well, they feel that he certainly is on his way to being an ace. Line drive over the head of the shortstop Mercer into left center field. That's going to load the bases, and a big at bat there and a big knock for Cespedes.
Keep the wheel moving. Cespedes figured out a way. Let's take a look at the sequence now. Pitch by pitch to a Yoenis. Fastball in. And he chased that breaking ball looking to pull. That one way outside. That's the one that Cole wanted. And then he gets that one to foul off. Another one he fouled off and finally gets down on a ball that's out over the heart of the plate and finds a hole. So all loaded up, and Clint Hurdle is seeing all he can see out of Garrett Cole today. Pretty fine effort.
So Cole will get a standing ovation as he walks off on their opening day here in Pittsburgh. To the pen go the Pirates wall side windows pitching change. With nobody out, the bullpen now coming into play for the Pirates. Garrett Cole is out of the game. Jared Hughes is in.
4th game now for Hughes in this early season. See some of the numbers. Spring training, he had 9 1/3 innings pitched.
Whoa. 11 earned runs. However, in the regular season last year, he had a very good ERA of 1.96 for the Pirates out of their bullpen. And 63 appearances last year. So here is Castellanos. Cabrera single, Martinez walked, Cespedes single. Castellanos sends a ground ball to short. This could be 2. 6, 4, 3. Tigers get a run to make it a 2-1 game.
He'll gladly take 2 outs for 1 run in this situation. First pitch swinging. Castellanos just hits the ball right at Jody Mercer. Miguel Cabrera scores with 2 outs now.
And Avila will stand in with the tying run at third base. And Alex looks at a strike 0-1. Tigers finally get on the board. That run will be charged to Cole. Hughes out of Plano, Texas, where he resides. He was born in Connecticut. Popped up. Third base side. Harrison is under it, and that is that for Detroit. They'll get on the board, but the damage was limited by the Pirates. Trouble scoring runs. All you can do is keep him in the game, and that's what Sanchez has done.
Done a great job. 9 strikeouts. He's got 90 pitches coming into the bottom half of the 7th inning. So you know there's going to be some activity in the Tiger bullpen. Albuquerque needs a low pitch inning here. 3 quick outs.
The ball is hit well into right center field, and that ball is gone. Oh my goodness, Pedro Alvarez in the first pitch of the 7th gets the Pirates that run right back.
Well, maybe going to the well one too many times off the same hitter. He was able to get out Pedro Alvarez his first at bat on 3 changeups. And here he goes to the well again, leaves this one up. You want that changeup down and away. Alvarez was able to keep his hands back, and he's a strong man. It's a line drive that just cleared the wall there in right center.
And that is his third home run of the season. The crowd has suddenly come to life again. 3-1 ball game. That's off the glove of the third baseman Castellanos. And Cervelli is aboard.
Not the start to the inning that Sanchez would have hoped for.
He came into the seventh inning having retired 12 in a row.
See Castellanos stretching, just couldn't quite get to it. It flex out towards shortstop, and nothing Iglesias could do there.
It's Jordy Mercer now. One for two. He is showing bunts, and he'll lay it down. Sanchez will take the out at first base. Sacrifice advances the runner into scoring position. Corey Hart now will pinch hit for the pitcher spot.
Corey Hart coming over from the Seattle Mariners. Had a tough year physically. Spent some time on the DL with the Mariners. Former Milwaukee Brewers, so he's very familiar with the National League.
He had knee surgery back in 2013, missed the entire year. And more action in the bullpen now. Gorzelani has joined Albuquerque. Lefty righty combo.
Albuquerque's been throwing for a while. Looks like he's ready to go.
Hart takes ball one low. 3 runs, 7 hits for the Pirates. 1 run, 3 hits for Detroit. Hart pinch hitting for Hughes. Corey Hart spent a lot of years in Milwaukee's organization. Drives this one in the air toward left field. Cespedes on the move, still going back. That ball is up, and that ball is out of here. A pinch hit home run for Corey Hart. The third home run that Sanchez has allowed today. He just doesn't give up home runs.
See the location of this pitch. Right in the open zone. Fastball over the heart of the plate. Corey Hart is around for a reason. He's still a strong man. Can deposit balls into left field with the best of them when he gets his pitch.
Sanchez allowed 4 home runs all of last year. He's given up 3 in this game. Another wall side windows pitching change. We'll be back. MLB.com At Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. At Bat is up to the moment, at any moment, with in-game highlights, live look-ins, and a whole lot more. Get it for your smartphone or your tablet now. Al Albuquerque is out of the Detroit bullpen.
3 games for Al. He's had a couple holds already. He's the guy that's going to pitch a lot for Brad Ausmus and the Tigers.
Coming inside of Josh Harrison, 1 ball, no strikes. 5-1. The Pirates have hit 2 home runs, including a pinch hit homer from Corey Hart. Harrison takes ball 2 inside.
It almost seems like Anibal Sanchez was a different pitcher with that at bat by Pedro Alvarez. He kind of did the same thing that Josh Harrison did. That first pitch, just jumped on it. Kind of sitting on a changeup, and he left it up, and all of a sudden Sanchez seemed to lose what he had going.
Yeah, it's taken a spectacular effort, and all of a sudden it's turned it into a 5-1 game. Gusty winds now starting to affect anything hit in the air here. Swing and a miss. Harrison skies this one in the air to shallow center field. And it's going to be the center fielder Ghost coming in to make the play. It'll be the second out of the inning.
Well, they say the center fielder is the quarterback. He can take charge of especially everything in front of him. And it looked like Ian Kinsler was going to be able to get to that ball, but Ghost called him off, which I think is the right decision.
So with 2 outs here is Polanco. Doubled in the third, batting .269. Whistle down the right field line, foul. Really the key at bat in this game to this point had to be the double play ball hit by Castellanos. Hughes came out of the bullpen and got 2 quick outs on 1 quick pitch. The Tigers had the bases loaded, nobody out, down by 2. And then Corey Hart comes off the bench and slams a pinch hit homer.
Very quickly that game turned around.
Yeah.
Looked like the Tigers had some momentum. I mentioned it, the double play ball just took the wind out of their sails.
Big swing there by Polanco.
Really not knowing how many outs there are. That's 3.
He was thrown around. The game, Garrett Cole was taken out with the bases loaded, and Clint Hurdle pushed the right button.
Yeah, Clint Hurdle making the call of the game. He brings in his right-hander Jared Hughes, and with bases loaded, he gets Nick Castellanos hit in the 6-4-3 double play. You see Miguel Cabrera coming in to score, and then Alex Avila pops up to Josh Harrison to end the inning. So they trade 3 outs quickly for 1 run. Momentum changer right there. Pirates retain the lead and then have a great bottom half of the 7th inning, scoring 3 of their own.
So the Tigers now will face a new pitcher out of the bullpen for the Pirates. That'll be Tony Watson, the left-hander.
See the numbers this season for Tony Watson. He's appearing now in his 5th game.
He's an all-star last year in the National League. Sean Rodriguez, meanwhile, has taken over defensively for Alvarez at first base. So they tighten up the defense down at first. Iglesias, the batter. It looked like he wanted to drop down a bunt. Takes it outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Watson used heavily last year by Clint Hurdle. 78 appearances out of their bullpen. And was really, really good. Fly ball right field. Polanco going back. Up against the wall to make the catch. Ball carried a little bit. 1 away. Here's our Comerica Bank game summary this afternoon. Wasn't a whole lot going on early, but it picked up toward the later part of the game. Garrett Cole, not much going on against him. He threw 94 pitches. Jack, he was really good today.
He was spot on for most of the game. He had a hiccup in the 7th inning where the Tigers had a chance. Anibal Sanchez also had some very good innings between innings 3 and 7, but kind of imploded there at the end, giving up some home runs that you just don't see off Anibal.
Well, here's Rajai Davis to pinch hit for the pitcher spot. So Albuquerque is out of the game. Davis to pinch hit for him. And Rajai looks at a strike. One for 7 so far this year for Davis. Fouled back out of play. 0-2. So the Pirates bullpen trying to lock this one down now. Watson last year was 10-2 out of the bullpen. That's a lot of decisions for a guy that pitched exclusively in relief. Swing and a miss. Davis unable to hold up, and there's a strikeout for Watson. 2 gone.
9th strikeout for the Pirate pitchers today.
Ghost will not bat. Hernan Perez pinch hitting. Brad Ausmus going to his bench for a couple of hitters here in the 8th. Davis and now Perez. Strike 1.
I think this is a good move. He's given the young guy a chance to get an at bat here. Left-hander on the mound.
Always seems to be one of the challenges early in the season for managers to get some of their bench players an opportunity to get in, and at least for Perez a chance to swing the bat.
The Tigers have a pretty set lineup.
Yeah.
It's going to be awful hard to crack it, and yet that is a challenge for Brad Ausmus to get these guys in games and try to keep them somewhat fresh. You can take all the batting practice in the world, and live pitching is a whole different situation.
1-2 on Perez. Swing and a miss, and Watson steamrolls through the 8th with a couple of strikeouts. 1-2-3 go the Tigers. An opening day here in Pittsburgh. Pirate fans are happy. 5-1 as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. We remind you that every weeknight, don't miss MLB Whip Around on Fox Sports 1 with highlights, instant analysis, and live look-ins from around the league. MLB Whip Around is weeknights at 7 Eastern on Fox Sports 1, streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Rajai Davis will stay in the game and play in center field for Detroit. And Ian Kroll now is coming out of the bullpen to pitch for the Tigers as well.
Ian Kroll off to a good start. He's making his 3rd appearance of the year.
Andrew McCutchen will lead things off for Pittsburgh. McCutchen, Walker, Marte in the bottom of the 8th. Swing and a miss. McCutchen had a sacrifice fly back in the 3rd, knocking in their 2nd run. Pirates tonight for today have hit 3 home runs. Way inside. Kroll's velocity has been really good here at the start of the season. It's just been command of his pitches that has had him fall behind quite a few hitters early here. Now the 2-1. Rolled foul, 2-2. Packed house here today and a gorgeous afternoon. Temperature at game time was 76. Pulled foul back into the seats. McCutchen presented with his Silver Slugger Award before the game today. He's won 3 of them now. Slice to right field. That'll drop. Base hit for McCutchen.
We're going to take a look at the Nissan drive of the game, and it all started early in this one. The first pitch of the game from Anibal Sanchez. Josh Harrison catches a fastball and sends it over the right center fence. The Pirates take a 1-0 lead, and they have not relinquished that lead at all today.
Tigers have gotten as close as 2-1, but that's as close as it has been. The home run by Alvarez and the 2-run shot by the pinch hitter Corey Hart answered for the Pirates in the bottom of the 7th inning after the Tigers had gotten a run. Here's Neil Walker. That's skied in the air to shallow center. Kinsler is called off by Rajai.
We talk so much about Andrew McCutchen, and we'll take a look at his last at bat. Kroll got ahead of him, but he tried to sneak this fastball, and it's not a bad pitch, but you can see how quick McCutchen's hands are. He just got those hands through the ball, shoots it out to right field, and that's how guys hit 300 or better every year. You've got to have quick hands and react to balls, especially those balls up that you can see so well.
So here is Marte now with 1 out. Strike 1. Starling today is 0 for 3. McCutchen could certainly run and steal bases, but he's been hampered by a sore knee recently, which took him out of a game on Friday.
Comes back on Saturday, hits a home run.
Right.
You don't have to run as hard.
No. Well, that's what you get out of MVPs. Here's the 0-1.
Looked like Marte was trying to go to right field on that pitch. There's a big hole between Miguel Cabrera at first base and Ian Kinsler, who's shaded towards second for a possible double play ball. See that big hole there.
popped up. Kinsler will get over there and foul ground. Second out of the inning. So Jung Ho Gung will pinch hit now. A pinch hit for Rodriguez. Gung was signed out of Korea, signed a 4-year deal, and he takes strike one. Picked up his first major league hit off Kyle Loesch. And the Milwaukee Brewers. Rolls that one foul. Two out, leadoff single by McCutcheon is still standing at first base. The Tigers down to their final 3 outs. Kinsler, Cabrera, and J.D. Martinez when we get to the 9th. Bouncing ball to second base. Kinsler has it. And that'll take care of the Pirates. Nothing doing after the leadoff single. Tigers baseball today presented by Bell Tire. Five-1 in favor of the Pirates. And now we take a look at the Jimmy John's freaky fast delivery of the game. And I guess, well, the guy that delivered today was Garrett Cole.
Yeah, he had it going for the Pirates today. 6+ innings. He allowed just 3 hits, 8 strikeouts, and he was spot on for most of this game. 99-mile-an-hour fastball at his best. A good, crisp slider. And he left the game with a chance to win it here, and it's all up to the new pitcher, Mark
Melancon is in. 33 of 37 save opportunities last year. So Melancon will take over in search of the final 3 outs. Got 3 pretty good hitters to deal with, though. Kinsler, Cabrera, J.D. Martinez. And Melancon pours in a strike. 0 for 3 today for Ian. A couple of strikeouts and a ground out. Those at bats versus the starter Garrett Cole. Off the end of the bat, foul. 72 appearances out of the bullpen last year for Melanson as Kinsler gets a new bat.
That's a lot of work coming out of the pen. You know your manager thinks highly of you to get in that many games. At least that's one way to look at it.
Pulled on the ground, fair. And that'll go to the corner and bang off the side wall. And he's going to second. Here's the throw. And it gets by the second baseman with the shortstop covering. And it'll be a two-base hit.
Ian Kinsler never looked up once he hit this ball. It rattles around the corner, and the left fielder, Starling Marte, played it extremely well. A good throw might have got Kinsler. He had to slide head first. The ball beat him, but it got by. I think that was Mercer, wasn't it?
It was Mercer. So, at least there's some life now for the Tigers here in the ninth. Cabrera coming up. His single got it started back in the seventh. In there, strike one.
He had a battle to get that hit. Got a pitch up, out, away from him, and was able to shoot it down the right field line. 1 for 3 in today's game.
Line drive to left field. That ball is going to get down, and it's going to go all the way to the wall. That'll score Kinsler. Cabrera is on his way to second base. Throw is high and off the glove. Otherwise, he would have been out. Tigers get a break there, and they get a run back. Double and an RBI for Miguel.
Again, it shows what a great hitter Miguel Cabrera is. Ball middle half in, but he's able to hook it. And then it's about running the bases. Again, like Kinsler, he thinks 2 all the way. That ball ricocheted right to Marte in left field, and a good accurate throw would have had him easily, but he picks up an RBI, making him 2 for 4. And that's how you stay around 500.
And that's how the Tigers are going to try and climb back into this game now. It's 5-2, and there's a ball outside to J.D. Martinez. Still nobody out. Back-to-back two-base hits. Tigers could do nothing against Hughes and Watson. They've got a couple of hits here against the closer, Melanson. On the outer edge. 1-1 on JD. Strikeout, fly-out, walk. Eight home runs from the ninth inning or later last year for J.D. Martinez.
Oh boy.
Down the right field line and hit well. That ball is slicing, and that ball is going to go. It's a home run. He has done it again. J.D. Martinez sneaks it inside the pole, and we've got ourselves a game.
Well, that's why our great statisticians are throwing those things up there on the screen for us to see. JD says, I can top that, and he shoots one over the right field fence. And he puts this game within reach now for the Tigers, trailing by a run.
5-4 ball game. Just inside the pole over the 320 marker. What a clutch home run for J.D. Martinez. Meanwhile, Ray Searage coming out to the mound to talk with Melanson. His lead is down to 1. 3 straight extra base hits for the Tigers. This gives us an opportunity to check out the hardworking steal of the game brought to you by Chevrolet back in the 6th inning. Remember this play by Iglesias?
Yeah, shows what great hands he has. He had a tough hop, He makes a fine play to adjust to get to that ball. You can see it very well right there. And then Miguel Cabrera doing the same thing over on the right side of the field, picking the ball in the dirt.
Here is Cespedes now. Strike one on Yoenis. A 5-1 game has turned into 5-4. I guess you can only hold this offense down for so long. And there's a strike on Cespedes. Bouncing ball left side, base hit. Tying run is on. Melanson getting booed now. 4 consecutive hits for the Tigers.
Well, that's what made Yogi Berra such a genius. It's not over till it's over, and this game goes on. Tigers making it a battle. See some action now in the Pirates bullpen.
Bastardo is up again. Scahill has joined him. So now the go-ahead run comes to the plate. Still nobody out in the inning. Here is Castellanos. Bouncing ball to third. Harrison fires to second one, and there's another double play. The second one that Castellanos has bounced into in this game. 2 outs. And it'll be our big boys' big play of the game.
Yeah, you try to do what you can, and it's all about inches, really. Ball a couple inches to Harrison's left. Maybe it squeaks through for a hit, but not going to happen there. It ends up being a double play ball. It takes a lot of the momentum away from the Tigers. Now down to the last out.
Well, look who's coming off the bench. Unable to start because of no DH. Victor Martinez has picked up a bat, and the crowd coming alive now with 2 outs. So Martinez for Avila.
Now there's probably some people wondering why Martinez didn't come in to bat the bottom of the 8th inning where Rajai Davis was up there, but it's because of situations like this. Now a swing of the bat, and he can tie this game up.
Yeah, the Tigers needed base runners then. Now they need a guy that can reach the seats. 2 out, bases empty, 5-4 in the 9th. The shift is on against Martinez. Ball 1. That's in for a strike. 1-1 on Victor. Melanson trying to regroup after giving up 2 doubles, a homer, and a single, but he's gotten a huge double play ball. Missed it away. Victor at 286, has not homered yet this year.
You're kind of in a pickle as a pitcher right here. You don't want to put the tying run on base. You got 2 outs, so you only need 1 out to end the game. But you got a guy that can ruin your day too.
And because of that, he has gone to 3-1 now, being extremely cautious. Iglesias waiting on deck. sliced foul back out of play. And should Victor reach, you would have to lift him from the game, bring on probably Romine, who is, aside from McCann, the only piece left on the bench. Got to get there first, though. 3-2. Melanson ready. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. It was a nail biter, but Melanson finally gets it done, and the Tigers fall 1 run short. 5-4 your final score. Back to wrap it up from Pittsburgh.